Hey guys, it's Kathy here, and I'm really excited to share my latest mini. This is an 8x8 album, and I used the Graphic45 Steampunk Debutante collection on this. And it's bound using the Tim Holtz binder rings, and it has chipboard covers front and back. And on the cover here, I used this image. This framed out portion here pops out, and I popped it up. And then used a Tim Holtz Sizzix die here. These are some Tim Holtz gears. Some little funky trim that I picked up at Joann's that I thought kind of looked steampunky. This is a Jolie's here, which was kind of playing off all the little pleats and stuff in her dress, and I thought that went really good. This is some Indian paper, handmade paper that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And some metal corners here, and it's closed with a Zutter perfect closure. And this album will be for sale in my Etsy shop at So Much Scrap. So let's go ahead and open it up. And on the first page here, I cut out this butterfly frame and popped it up, and I got this idea from Donna at PrimaDonnaCraft. And on the center portion here, I cut out the lady here, and I'd seen many others use glossy accents on the wings, and so I added that. And I know it happens when you use glossy accents, but I wasn't really thinking about it, and as it dried it curled up, and I had popped her up. And then at first I was like, oh, I don't know if I like the way that, but I thought it was perfect. They just look even more like wings, so that worked out good. I used crackle accents on the clocks here, and this is a Tim Holtz hitch fastener. This is a magnet closure here, and these little hinges I cut on my silhouette. And so it opens up here. And then there's room for pictures and journaling. This is a little pocket here. I used a embossing folder, and this is Coordinations cardstock here that I sanded. And then these little tags here for journaling. And that one. And this paper, well, here's a little stencil that I use. It's a Crafter's Workshop stencil. The paper on the inner tags and portions that open up is basic gray, basics manila, and I used all kinds of Tim Holtz Distress inks on these to get them to match the Graphic45 papers. And on this page, have some more gears here, some beading. This is a Tim Holtz gears die, and these are some lace trim. I just cut little individual sections out of them and added them on there. These tags pull out, and then there's some embossing on here, and I use the 7 Gypsies Steampunk stamps on here. Room for pictures or journaling. And then this flips down, and there's some more embossing here, and there's a tag that pulls out, and then this one opens this way, and then there's a tag, get it this way, tag here for journaling and pictures. And the binder ring, the Tim Holtz binder ring, the way that this is constructed, I used a tutorial from Clare at Charlie Jones 2686, and also Leanne at Scrappin' with Flair. I kind of combined their methods and made my own way of doing that. And these close up. And on this page, more of that lace trim, some beading, and this was more of that trim that I used on the cover, and some lace. This is a little tag with a belly band here that it slides into. This is actually closed with this Tim Holtz clock, and This is a print and cut file in the Silhouette online store, and I think it's an Echo Park file, but it just went perfect with the Graphic45 paper. So that was the first time I used that print and cut feature, and I figured it out. So that was really cool. And then this flap opens, and then there's a tag that pulls out in here. More embossing on that. And then on this upper portion there are two tags that pull out. Close that up. And on this page, this was inspired by Kathryn at Life on the Scrap Beach, and she had made a large double slider card, and I just thought it was gorgeous. It really showcased this gorgeous woman with the gears in her hair and everything. So I added some beading here, and this is all Prima and some gears. And then it opens up, and there's more of that Crafters Workshop stenciling on there. And then on this page, more of the Tim Holtz clock die. This is another one of those framed images, and when I saw this I immediately thought of making a little door. So there's this little hinge that holds it closed, and it opens up. There's room for photos and journaling, a little embossing there. These are Stampin' Up! Antique brads with some seam binding, and then this is also magnet closures on these. So this opens up this way, and then this one opens up like that, and more heat embossing on there and some stenciling. And on this page, I really had fun with this. This was a cut file from the Silhouette store. I took stamps and made these little lines on here and these little flourishes, and I used UT and heat embossed them. And then I used eyelets and this little trim here, and then I had some tulle that I used on the top part, and I just thought that was cute. And then over here, this is closed with a magnet. It opens up, and there's room for pictures and journaling again. And then there's two tags here that pull out, and one over here. And then on this page, there's some beading here, more of the Tim Holtz gears. This is a magnet closure again, and I used some seam binding, and I used distress inks on it and just kind of bunched it up. I thought it looked a lot like her dress here. And this is also an on the inch die. It's a Tim Holtz gear die. And then this opens up, and there's room for pictures and journaling, and then another tag here. And then on the last page, I did the butterfly frame again and popped it up. And again, the Tim Holtz die here, some more Prima beads, and a gear, another hitch fastener, and then this opens up again like the other one. And then there's a little pocket here for tags and more stenciling here. And then on the back, just nice and simple, used a little gear here where the closure is. So there it is, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.